The 22nd session of the Human Rights Council took place in Geneva from February 25th to March 22, 2013. Numerous issues were spotlighted throughout the three-week session, providing an important opportunity for participants to address emerging and protracted human rights situations around the globe.
Massive violations have occurred in Iraq and Sri Lanka, and war crimes continue to be committed in numerous internal conflicts, including those continuing in Afghanistan, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Mali, Sudan, and Syria.
The Council continued to focus sharply on the human rights situation in Syria, as it has done since the uprising began 2 years ago.
I wish to underline my grave concern at the perpetuation of the most horrific humanitarian tragedy of our times, the bloodbath of Syria. New allegations of human rights abuses are reported daily, with official UN statistics putting the death toll at over 70,000. Most of these casualties are believed to be civilians.
If the national, regional, and international actors fail to find a solution to the conflict and stop immediately the agony of millions of civilians, the alternative will be the political, economic, and social destruction of Syria and its society, with devastating implications for the region and the world.
During a number of discussions on the situation throughout the session, several states and non-governmental organizations called for those responsible for these crimes to be brought to justice and for a cessation of hostilities.
As President of the General Assembly, I extend a humanitarian appeal to all sides in the Syrian civil war to bring the fighting to an immediate end.
At the onset of the session, over 80 dignitaries participated during the Council's high-level segment, highlighted human rights achievements and challenges in their own countries as well as in others. The Council also benefited from the presence of Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, who addressed a high-level segment on human rights and mainstreaming, which spelled out the crucial link between human rights and the various activities carried out by the UN. He placed particular focus on the role of human rights in the development agenda. Also addressing the Council during the session were 17 independent human rights experts, commonly referred to as special procedures, who addressed a wide range of themes and country situations. The long list of issues addressed by these experts included the right to food, adequate housing, torture, human rights defenders, arbitrary detention, counter-terrorism, enforced disappearances, freedom of religion, the environment, foreign debt, violence against children, and the sale of children. The Council also heard from 4 country-specific mandate holders, namely from the special rapporteurs on the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, Myanmar, the Republic of Iran, and the independent experts on Côte d'Ivoire and on Haiti.
I believe that many, if not all, of the 9 patterns of violation identified in my present report may amount to crimes against humanity, committed as part of systematic and or widespread attacks against civilian population under Article 7, Para 1 of the Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court.
The prevailing situation of human rights in Iran continues to warrant serious concern and will require a wide range of solutions that are both respectful of cultural perspectives and mindful of the universality of fundamental human rights, promulgated by the treaties to which Iran is a party.
Also presenting a report to the Council was the International Independent Fact-Finding Mission looking into the situation of Israeli settlements.
These are settlements which break territorial continuity and violate Geneva Conventions, making it impossible for the Palestinian people to dispose of this land. The nature of these violations led the mission to conclude that this could be part and parcel of what is provided for in the Rome Convention concerning the Statute of the International Criminal Court.
In presenting her annual report to the Human Rights Council, High Commissioner for Human Rights Navi Pillay placed the promotion of gender equality and women's human rights as among her top priorities.
As we continue to witness horrific acts of violence against women in every region of the world, our work has focused on providing direct support to women and girls who have been victims of human rights violations.
The Council also held 6 panel discussions bringing together a host of experts addressing key human rights issues aimed at heightening awareness and generating action. Among these discussions was one devoted to the rights of disabled persons, which addressed the ways and means those with disabilities accessed the labour market.
It is very difficult for persons with disabilities to find secure and satisfying employment. Yet, throughout our world, the undertaking of remunerated work is not simply a human right, but it's also a central core of citizenship.
Other panels focused on the issue of human rights and corruption, technical cooperation, the rights of the child, and the Vienna Declaration and Programme of Action, which will commemorate its 20th anniversary in June this year.
2 decades ago, the adoption of the landmark Vienna Declaration and Programme of Action advanced our efforts to strengthen human rights work around the world. Important principles were reinforced, including the universality of human rights and the duty of states to uphold them. Promoting and protecting rights was also confirmed as a priority United Nations objective.
The Council adopted 39 texts on a wide range of issues. Through its adopted decisions, the Council addressed the human rights situation in Sri Lanka, established a commission of inquiry on the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, and decided to appoint an independent expert on the situation of human rights in Mali. The Council also renewed the mandates of a number of special procedures, including the mandates of the special rapporteurs on countering terrorism, on the right to food, on freedom of religion or belief, and on the situations of human rights in the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, in Myanmar, in Iran, and in Syria, and of the independent expert on Haiti. The Council also adopted the final outcomes of the Universal Periodic Review of 14 countries, and at the close of session, Council President Remigius Henschel also announced the appointment of 2 new members of the expert mechanism on the rights of indigenous peoples.